Sunday desperados slip by and cruise with a dryback. And the orange driving, the neon billing, and the theaters filling to the brim with slave girls in a hot spur and bucket full of sin. The metropolitan area with interchanging connections, fly-by-nights from Riverside, out-of-state plates running a little late. But the sailors jockey for the fast lane, so 101 don't miss it. There's rolling hills, concrete fields, and the broken lines on your mind. The 8s go east and the 5s go north, and the merging nexus back and forth. You see your sign, cross the line, signaling with a blink, and the radio's gone off the air. It gives you time to think, and you hear the rumble as you fumble for a cigarette. And blazing through this midnight jungle, you remember someone that you met in one more block. The engine talks, whispers home at last. It whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. And the diamonds on my windshield, and these tears from heaven. Well, I'm pulling into town on the interstate. I got me a steel train in the rain, and the wind bites my cheek to the wing. Late nights and freeway flying always makes me sing. It always makes me sing.
You gassed her behind the wheel with your arm around your sweet one, your Oldsmobile, barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. You got paid on Friday, your pockets are jingling, and you see the lights. Get all tingling 'cause you're cruising with a 6. And you're looking for the heart of Saturday night. And you comb your hair, shave your face, trying to wipe out every trace of all the other days. In a week, you know that this will be the Saturday you're reaching your peak, stopping on a red, going on the green, 'cause tonight'll be like nothing you've ever seen, and you're barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. Tell me, is it the crack of the pool balls, neon buzzing, telephones ringing, it's your second cousin? Is it the barmaid that's smiling, the corner of her eye, magic of the melancholy tearing your eye? Makes it kind of quiver down in the core, 'cause you're dreaming of them Saturdays came before, and now you're stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. You gassed her up and you're behind the wheel with your arm around your sweet one, your Oldsmobile, barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. the crack of the pool balls, neon buzzing, telephones ringing at your second cousin, and the barmaid is smiling in the corner of her eye, the magic of the melancholy tearing your eye makes it kind of special down in the cold, and you're dreaming of them Saturdays that came before it's found you stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night, and you're stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. Friday left me fumbling with the blues, and it's hard to win when you always lose, because the night spots spend your spirit, beat your head against a wall. Two dead ends and you still got to choose. You know the bartenders, they all know my name, and they catch me when I'm pulling up lane, and I'm a pool shooting shimmy shyster shaking my head when I should be living clean instead. You know the ladies I've been seeing off and on, well, they spend your love and then they're gone. You can't be loving someone who is savage and cruel, yeah. Take your love and then they leave on out of town. You know they do. Well, now falling in love is such a breeze, but it's standing up that's so hard for me. I wanna squeeze you, but I'm scared to death I'd break your back. You know your perfume, well, it won't let me be, and you know the bartenders all know my name, and they catch me when I'm pulling up lame. I'm a pool shooting shimmy shyster shaking my head when I should be living clean instead. But come on, baby, let your love light shine. You gotta bury me inside of your fire, because your eyes enough to blind me. You're like a looking at the sun. You gotta whisper, tell me I'm the one. Come on and whisper, tell me I'm the one. You gotta whisper, tell me I'm the one. Come on and whisper, tell me I'm the one. The evening fell just like a star, left a trail behind. You spit as you slammed out the door. If this is love, we're crazy, we fight like cats and dogs. But I just know there's got to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a summer night here on the East Side. Want to welcome everybody out here tonight on a night that promotes more cuddling and being together and less sunscreen and keeping the tradition of music going alive in this town. I just want to proudly report that tonight officially in the town of Redmond, we are more than just a music venue, but we are a music scene tonight. There's also concerts going on over at City Hall as well to start off the Summer Concert in the Park series, which is part of what I do with the Arts Commission for the city. And so tonight we've booked 2 different performers tonight to kind of up the ante of bringing in fine art to our city. So tonight, the better of the concerts over here. I'm a big fan of one afternoon, a little over a year ago, this next performer came in and we got to meet for the first time, and he was breezing through town. And with one moment of meeting him and just talking to him about his artistic flavor for life, inspired me to bring him back later that night for an impromptu concert, to be able to make the most of having him in town. And it's been fun following him on the internet, touring through different parts of America. I'd like to welcome back home through his tour, the legendary James Hurley.
I gotta meet this guy. This is the part where the black curtain's still on the ground, you know, so you can just see the soles of my shoes, you know. All that stuff that you know. Oh wait, there's somebody on stage. Did it start yet? And then the curtain starts to move. There's a bump. You know as much about what I'm going to play as I do, because I make these shows up as I go along. I just mess around with my guitar, and it always leads to a song. That's the funny part. Well, sometimes there's a train wreck, but it's our train wreck, you know? Hey, wait a minute, baby. Is that my wallet you got in your hand? Hold on there, sugar, I got to talk to you about that wallet you got in your hand. It takes a cold-hearted woman to stick it to a good loving man. I tried to give you what you want, girl, every little thing you ever need. I tried to give you what you want, every little thing you ever need. By the time you're done taking, there's nothing at all left for me. I thought I'd seen it all, I hadn't seen nothing yet. I judged the book by the cover, it seems. You take my love and money, you take all you can get. But what is it makes you so mean? Hey, wait a minute, baby. Is that my wallet in your hand? Hold on there, sugar, I got to talk to you about that wallet you got in your hand. It takes a cold-hearted woman to stick it to a good loving man. This is the budget bass solo. Yeah, it keeps the overhead down. Oh yeah. I thought I'd seen it all, I hadn't seen nothing yet. I judged the book by the cover, it seems. You take my love and money, you take all you can get. But what is it makes you so mean? Hey, wait a minute, baby. Is that my wallet in your hand? Hold on there, sugar, I got to talk to you about that wallet you got in your hand. It takes a cold-hearted woman to stick it to a good loving man. You're a cold-hearted woman, such a cold-hearted girl. You're walking all over me, baby. I never met her. I made that up out of whole cloth. One thing about the way I do these shows, I kind of back my way through the shows. Most of my peers and contemporaries will tell you how the song came to be, and then they will play the song. But since I don't know what the next song is, I end up telling the stories about the songs afterwards. It's just my way. There's a story about that song, but let's go on and see what's in this guitar, see what the evening has to offer. Always leads somewhere. Okay, it's a spring morning. It's about 7:30 a.m. You walk outside and there's this iridescent blue sky overhead. These big white clouds floating through it. The contrast between the clouds is so intense you can almost see a black outline around each one. You take a breath and you can taste it, you can feel it. One day the highway was talking to me, telling me stories and lies, and I wasn't waiting for anything special. So I stuck out my thumb for a ride, and I always intended to turn around and put myself on the right track. But 500 miles and 5 days away, I realized I'm not going back. Take me away, yeah, take me away. Take me anywhere I've never been. Take me away. So I gave up my life in the city, where the money was growing on trees, where I made myself crazy, chasing the living, to buy a life I didn't need. And I don't need to know where this highway goes. I don't need to know where I'm bound. And if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll bet you one day I'll see you around. Take me away, yeah, take me away. Take me anywhere I've never been. Take me away. I'm not looking for you. Well, so I did. And that's actually what brought me here. Was it a year ago, or it was 2 years ago? Come to think of it. My, how time will fly when you're driving a Honda Accord. Okay. You know, you ever heard of Lake Havasu City, Arizona? Okay. Well, that's where they keep the London Bridge. The real one. It's the largest antique ever bought and sold, from what I understand. So this town grew up around this London Bridge. And in this town are like 40 musical acts. And 6 places to play, maybe 7. So you can imagine it could go one of 2 ways. It could be a piranha pool like Los Angeles, or it could be like a SoulFood Books in Redmond, Washington. Well, I'm gratified to say it took the latter path. So when I was moving out of Lake Havasu City, Arizona, after living there for a year, the night before I left, I had this incredible Salvador Dali dream. And all my friends ended up inside this dream. Then they ended up inside this song. Underneath the London Bridge, they're dancing as the sun goes down, and Johnny plays the bongos for Lou. And later on, the crocodiles and Chucky will purvey their styles. The dancing will continue well past noon. And Mr. Scientifical and Newton discuss typical results of apples falling to the ground, while Sparky and his chromium, euphonic risophonium, continue to astonish and astound. Rumor filters through the crowd, dancing may not be allowed. Something's happened, turned it all around. The mayor issues proclamations, there will be investigations. Experts say our bridge is falling down. Sound of water lapping at the shore. It used to be a happy place with laughter ringing everywhere, but laughter's never heard there anymore. Then Mr. Scientifical, exploring microphysical, formulates a theory all his own. According to my calculations, based upon my observations, this entire bridge is made of stone. Underneath the London Bridge, they're dancing every day. People come to hear the music from afar. And it's said that on occasion, Scientifical can be prevailed upon to solo on his new invention, atomic guitar. it happened just that way. Yeah, exactly like that. So oftentimes when I tell people what I do for a living, they say almost every time, "Really? What kind of music do you play?" I've been trying to answer that for almost 40 years. Honest, I still don't know. Although there was one woman that told me at the end of a show, I ask my audiences this question fairly often, and one woman gave me this little slip of paper at a show down in California one night. She said, "Is Colin Hay fronting Coldplay with occasional backups by Mary Poppins?" Really? She wrote that on paper. It was, the funny thing is I got it. I understood exactly what she meant. Yeah, see, they do too. Mary Poppins, all right. No, it's, and then there was another guy, I've forgotten where it was, at the end of just a really poignant ballad, you know, and there's a moment when the song stops and the room kind of breathes, and this guy way in the back in the room says, hollers across the room, says, "Sting meets the Beatles." And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. And then this other guy, "Clapton made the introductions." No, that's good company, you know. So I actually snagged that for promo there for a while. I thought that was, you can't buy that sort of thing, you know. So if you have any ideas, write them down or tell me after the show. I do have a special treat for you. We didn't know this was going to happen just this way, but I showed up, and one of my favorite one of my favorite recording artists is in the room, and she happens to live here in the Seattle area, so there's no way Val D'Alessio's leaving here without playing some songs for us tonight. I'm pointing at you, young lady. Yes. So we will do that after the intermission. What if I said I won't be here tomorrow? If I told you I'm leaving today, would you break down? Would you cry? Would you let me just walk away? I tried to pretend this love isn't over. I tried to believe there's some reason to stay. And the truth is I still love you, but my pride says it's time to walk away. Somewhere between where we started and where we are now, something happened I can't explain. My heart tells me to keep hanging on, keep imagining nothing's wrong, but even a dog knows enough to get in out of the rain. Somewhere between where we started and where we are now, something happened I can't explain. My heart tells me to keep hanging on, keep imagining nothing's wrong, but even a dog knows enough to get in out of the rain. And I know my heart has been made a fool of, and I can see there's there's nothing left here to save. And the truth is, I still love you, but my pride says it's time to walk away. Believe me, I still love you, but my pride says it's time to walk away. Just gotta put one foot right in front of the other. No sense hanging around anymore. It's the toughest thing I've ever done. Thank you. That is absolutely precious. So, you know, as marketing genius that I am, I forgot to mention that I do have CDs available. And so, oddly enough, there we go. And this is actually how I make my living. So if you feel moved to do so, contributions to the cause are definitely appreciated. There was no cover to come in the door tonight. Mainly because this whole place is based on the love of music and the arts, but oh my goodness, you're clever, clever. You know what? Get it away from me because they don't like to get too close to me. Because I do bite. Thank you, Shani. I'm going to do a couple more songs, then we're going to take a bit of a break and set up the other guitar, and my friend Val D'Alessio is going to play some songs. And I think I can almost guarantee that you're going to want to stay and listen to that. She's a delight. www.jameshurleymusic.com. Nuh-uh. I played that for an audience in England. They didn't get it. It never occurred to me that we grew up being force-fed, you know, NBC, wouldn't you really rather drive a Buick? You know, all of that stuff, it's been part of our lives since we were zygotes. They were not. They had the BBC, which didn't do that sort of thing. So I'm playing this show in England, and we're getting along famously. They're really appreciative. They're listening closely, which is a boon to any performing songwriter. And then I played my jingle, thinking, well, we're such good friends, they'll love this. Whew. Fart in church. Just deadpan, like, was that supposed to be funny? I thought, oh boy, I definitely am not going to do that again. So I went on with my show, and then the promoter, you know, at the end of the show, he's an Irish guy. He says, so, Jimmy, it's a good show, but you'll be wanting to leave that jingle out. You know what, Tony? You're absolutely right. I never did it again. But boy, I was glad to be back among my people. You know, I play that jingle. Everybody gets that it's the punchline all of those years, right? The first time I played it was at a Nashville Songwriters Association gathering where all of these people get together to listen. It's really rarefied atmosphere of high-powered songwriters. You get to play 2 songs, and afterward they go, nice B section, particularly interesting chorus. You know, I played my 2 songs, and then I played my jingle. Guys have fallen out of their chairs, you know. Yeah, man! So a week later, I get a call from a friend of mine. He says, hey, James, listen. He sets his phone down. www.ricktaylor.com. That was the first ripple in the pond. Sure enough, a couple of weeks later, I'm playing a show with a friend of mine, Garrett Swain. I can't remember how he played his, but it was 2 R's, 1 T. That's all you need to know about me. GarrettSwain.com. I love it. I love it. All of a sudden, we as songwriters have these websites, and we get to have our little jingles. So it's my contribution. Shoot me if you must. Sorry. Pardon me, I digress. I think I'll play 2 more songs, and then we'll take a bit of a break. This is the ballad off the new album. Not really. I'm a mushroom, sitting in a dark place waiting for the moon to rise. I'm a cockroach, living in a crack in the wall of the hall of the house that you paid too much for. Please don't turn the lights on. I'm very fine, thank you, happy as a lark. Please don't turn the lights on. Anything can happen if you just let go. Just let go, just let go. I'm a bat, hanging by my toes, hiding from the light of day. I'm a bullfrog, sitting in a puddle in the corner of the cellar of the house that you paid too much for. Please don't turn the lights on. I'm very fine, thank you, happy as a lark. Please don't turn the lights on. Anything can happen if you only let imagination run where it wants to go, where it will. All it amounts to is letting go. Just let go of everything you think you know. I'm a rat, hiding in the backyard, dreaming of a piece of cheese. I'm a termite, polishing my teeth as I have a little feast on a tasty piece of the house that you paid too much for. Please don't turn the lights on. I'm very fine, thank you, happy as a lark. Please don't turn the lights on. Anything can happen if you just let go. Please don't turn the lights on. Just let go. Please don't turn the lights on. Just let go. Please don't turn the lights on. Just let go. Wow. Thank you. You just heard my thumbnail break. That's what that was all about. Intermission's coming. I'll just do some work on that. You know, life will take its funny turns. When I was a kid, I rode bulls. Now I'm worried about a broken thumbnail. Jeez. Go figure. Well, I thought of a song and didn't have to touch the guitar to do it. That's a first, I think. This song has the distinction in my catalog of being the only song another artist has recorded and put on an album. I highly recommend that to you songwriters. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping he'll sell 1 million of them. So far, I think he sold 12. But it's a start, right? It's a song called Whisper. And this might be a nice night for this song. Years go by, taking so much with them as they fly. But the one thing that they leave me with is memories of you. And it's funny how, with a lifetime between then and now, all I need to do to see you is be still and close my eyes. Who'd have imagined, after all these years, after all this time, still go on, and they're still so strong. I sometimes wish I were a wiser man, so I could disregard it when some sentimental memory comes to mind. But predictably, I give up the struggle willingly when my heart hears you whisper softly in the night. After all these years, after all this time gone by, from out of the blue would come these memories of you, but they still go on, and they're still so strong. I sometimes wish I were a wiser man, so I could disregard it when some sentimental memory comes to mind. But predictably, I give up the struggle willingly when my heart hears you whisper softly in the night. There's that. Thank you so much. So we're going to take a bit of a break and get some water. And we're going to get Val's guitar plugged in. And we're going to come back and do a whole nother set. Thank you for listening to me, you guys. This is the black curtain drops right here.
Let's put a new coat of paint on this lonesome old town. Set 'em up, we'll be knocking 'em down. You wear a dress, baby, I wear a tie. We'll laugh at that old bloodshot moon in that burgundy sky. Scribbled love dreams, lost or thrown away. Here amidst the shuffle of an overflowing day. Love needs a transfusion, let's shoot it full of wine. Fishing for a good time starts with throwing in your line.
it's but a no coat of paint on this lonesome old town. Set 'em up, we'll be knocking 'em down. You wear a dress, baby, I wear a tie. We'll laugh at that old bloodshot moon in that burgundy sky. Never saw the morning till I stayed up all night. Never saw the sunshine till you turned out the lights. I never saw my hometown until I stayed away too long. I never heard the melody until I needed the song. Never saw the white line till I was leaving you behind. Never knew I needed you until I was caught up in a bind. I never spoke I love you till I cursed you in vain. Never felt my heartstrings until I nearly went insane. Never saw the East Coast until I moved to the West. Never saw the moonlight until it shone off of your breast. Never saw your heart into someone trying to steal it away. Never saw your tears until they rolled down your face. Never saw the morning till I stayed up all night. Never saw the sunshine till you turned out your love. Sammy hollered that he's leaving, he's never coming back. But the curtain-less billow, his head's on your pillow, and his trousers are hanging on the chair. Lying through your pain, baby, gonna tell him he's your man. You ain't got the courage to leave.
Yeah? Okay. Well, here we are, part 2. My name is Val D'Alessio, and I have decided that whenever I run into James Hurley, good things happen. And I'll tell you more about that. I just happened to run into him at different parts of the country, and I'm not well-traveled at all, so how lucky is that? This is a song I wrote about the change of the seasons when they used to change. It's called Morning Glory. Does that sound a little funky out there? We got a lot. I'll keep to that. I've been looking for sunshine in this pouring rain. I've been feeling the blue skies coming round again. 'Cause I know when the light goes, we're getting ready to shine bright to the never before. How's that sounding out there? Okay. Morning glory, oh, make me clean again. Through the winter, you're shining at the end. 'Cause I know when the light goes, we're getting ready to shine bright to the never before. I know this winter's gonna go. I think so. Leaving what's sleeping on this floor. Cause I know when the light goes, we're getting ready to shine bright to the never. Oh, brighter than ever before. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay? Oh, good. Okay. My guitar's been a little under the weather, and in fact, I came here early just so I could plug in my guitar and see if it works, and I ended up running into James, and here I am playing. So good things happen for me. I hope for you too. So I first met James a couple years ago. As I said, I'm not well traveled at all, and as I've just started to make my I don't know how to say that. I'm just starting to get out in the world more with my music. I've been playing for a long time, but not traveling around, so I've decided to go to these cool booking conventions and festivals, and I met him at a festival where I was a little bit too much talking, not enough playing and singing, and there he was out in the courtyard with my very good friend Hans, and we had our own little jam session out there in the middle of the conference. So, and this is a song I played. This is called Late Night Song. James, is there enough low end on the guitar out there? Should I put more up here? Yeah. I've got a dream that just won't quit. It's the kind of dream that you sit up and think of late at night. And I've got a song I've just got to write. It's the kind of song that comes through without any fight. When you're moving up the path, baby, trip when you're all alone. It's a little bit of longing on your long way home. It's the kind of place that you never arrive at. Feel it in the air. You can feel it tonight. When you're moving up the path, baby, deepest dream and your longest yearning. You know you've arrived 'cause it's in the journey. Somehow now I feel closer tonight with this late night song. And I'm just moving up the path, baby. Moving up the path, baby, of a dream you've had. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I think of you, actually, when I sing it a lot in California, in the sunshine. So I have one more, and then James is going to come up and do some hot lead guitar playing, which may come as a shock to you, because he's an amazing guitar player, as you know. But thank you so much for letting me come up, or having me come up. Yes, yeah, you did. I love your www.jameshurleymusic.com song. I love that song. And this year, you've heard of the age-old tradition of the vow of poverty, steeped in a lot of religious traditions. I've taken the vow of prosperity this year. And thank you. And yeah, and I wonder what it is that some of us musicians get so shy when sometimes when our only compensation is the tip jar, or what I like is passing the hat from the old tradition in Greenwich Village and way before that. But it's really just, money is just a flow and an exchange. So what's up with that? So I wrote a song. This is called Pass the Hat. After the song, we're gonna pass the hat. I really don't like it doing that. The starving artist is on a fast. There ain't no money if you don't ask. You'll pour your heart out when it comes back. Let it in, give it back, and pass the hat. Pass the hat. Trying to write this song and keep it light. When it comes to money, I get so uptight. Yes, I do. Lifetimes of service with sacrifice. Could I deserve this? Could it be right? When it comes so easy, could it ever last? Let it in, give it back, and pass the hat. Pass the hat. Pass the hat. Pass the hat. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Well, there is no end. It's a flow, let it go. It's like oxygen. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Why should there be doubt? Such a natural act to pass the hat. Passing the buck has got a brand new ring. If it gets weird, I got a song to sing. Don't think too much, I'll forget what I know. When it comes to money, it's about the flow. Let it be easy, such a natural act. Let it in, give it back, and pass the hat. Pass the hat. Pass the hat. Oh, you gotta pass the hat. There's so much more than enough. Yeah, there's more than that. Pass the hat. It's a flow, let it go. It's a natural act. Pass the hat. Pass the All right. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Well, there's got to be a hat out there somewhere. Where are you playing next, James? House concert tomorrow night. And you can find out about it at www. Yay. This is called A Lot More Joy and a Lot Less Fear. Uh-oh. Is Craig out there? Oh, Mr. Craig. Here he comes, here he comes. Oh, that's all right. I got one. Lot more joy and a lot less fear. That's how you find me when I get clear. Singing sweet songs, that's what you'll hear. With a lot more joy and a lot less fear. You know how I love these sweet sad songs. Now my blues, they don't last too long. So what am I ever gonna sing about? Yeah, a lot more joy and a lot less doubt. I used to need these blues to show me who I was, what to do. Now there's not more to live. Love can open wide. There's no place left to hide. Love can open wide. Love life pulls away. Lot more joy and a lot less fear. That's how you find me when I get clear. Singing sweet songs, that's what you'll hear. With a lot more joy and a lot less fear. Oh, a lot less joy. What more joy and a lot. I messed that all up. Let me do it again. A a lot more joy and no more fear.
I like that. A lot more joy and a lot less fear. So that's my pal Val. Boo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just a touch more. Vocal. Just a little more vocal. A little more vocal. Just a little more. They can't even hear it. Okay, I am being a smartass. It's true, Craig. I'm sorry, man. There will be a test. Okay. And so, away we go. I knew a man, he had a good loving woman, but he's cheating on her all the time. And cheating and suspicious go hand in hand. It was driving him right out of his mind. But one day, he said, buddy, you gotta help me. If you got a secret, tell it to me, please. Well, it ain't no secret. I got one good woman. She's the only one that I'll ever need. She is the reason for the sunrise in the morning, 'cause without her the sun don't shine. She's the light of my life, and I'm gonna love her till the end of all time. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. I wouldn't believe it if Casanova himself was to call me on the telephone. Say, hey man, just call it a word to the wise, but you better get yourself back home. I have to laugh and tell him I do appreciate you taking your valuable time to call. Well, you might know all about all of them others, but buddy, you don't know my baby at all. She is the reason for the sunrise in the morning, 'cause without her the sun don't shine. She's the light of my life, and I'm gonna love her till the end of all time. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. She gives me reason to get up out of bed every morning, right back into bed every night. She's a one-man woman, and man, that woman is mine. So my girlfriend put me in a real awkward position one time. She said, no, not like that. She said, have you ever written a song about me? Actually, I had. I said, yes, more than one. Which ones? I'm not going to tell you. So she spent the next, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. She walked up to me, she said, one man woman. That's one. It went on for about a month. She nailed him after a while. They're so smart. It's not fair. But they get it. So yes, that one was for Melinda. But I enjoyed watching her squirm because there are a couple of songs that I'll play one for you that she was hoping it was not about her. Should have told her it was, but it's not. We can pull that guitar back a little bit if you would, Craig. That'll probably work, thanks. Don't want to listen to you talk anymore. Don't know why I ever listened before. Your jawbone knows it would be better off dead than pumping verbal fertilizer out of your head. Blather, blather, blah, 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 talking night and day. Blather, blather, blah, 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 you talk and talk and talk and talk with nothing to say. You're like a spider with a web you weave. You pick your victim, never let them leave. Wrap them in words until they've got no choice, and paralyze their mind with the sound of your voice. Terrified, each word might be your very last. Poisoning the atmosphere with blather gas. Blather gas. Blather, blather, blah, 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 talking night and day. Blather, blather, blah, 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 you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk with nothing to say. You got nothing to say. Okay, this is one of those where I tell the story afterward. I'm driving about an hour and a half south of Portland last year. Stop off at a junk shop, because that's what I like. It's one of the things I like to do. I like to stop off at junk shops and see if I can find a nifty $4 item for $2. That amuses me no end. I just like that stuff, kicking old rusty buckets of stuff. So I stop off at this place way out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing but trees as far as you can see in every direction in this one little place. It's a little, just down a little 2-track, and there's this beautiful glade and the sun shining down, and I step out of the car, and there's all this cool rusty stuff and old gas station stuff, and I walk in the door, open the door, and tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. You know, they got the bells hanging off of it. And there's this guy standing behind the cash register. I say, "Hi, how you doing?" An hour later, I was still finding out how he was doing. It was non-stop. He probably learned a lot of stuff in school, but he never learned what a period was. It just went on and on. At one point, I even bought a pocket knife, a little Boy Scout pocket knife, you know, for $15, figuring, okay, this guy's, he's older than I am. He can't possibly multitask. I was wrong. You know, he's operating the cash machine, and he's, you know, counting out the change and all that stuff. And then my sister Mabel, she moved out to Seattle, and you know, and on and on and on and on. And finally, I had enough. Mister, I have to go now. Thanks for the pocket knife. I'll see you later. I didn't mean I would see you later, but I did say that. And he followed me to the car. Every step, yammer, yammer, yammer. And now you're sitting in that moment when, you know, the car door's open, the key's in the ignition, and, you know, do you roll the window down and close the door and start the car at the same time? All, you know, that whole, not this time. I put on my Rude, and I started the car, and I swear he was still talking in my rearview mirror as I drove away. The song took less time to write, and then it took him to tell me how he was doing. It was worth the stop. I got the song and a pocket knife. Anyway, so there's an example of James Hurley doing his show backwards. You know, it's just. took one note to find this one. I'd like to, I just finished a new song, and I played it once. Val, you heard this thing, I think. I'd like to try this one on you. I hope you like it. On a cold winter morning, just before dawn, a young man takes a last look around. He turns up his collar and quietly slips out the door. And along with his memories of 17 years, in his pocket a picture he found of the family he loves with the child he can't be anymore. And he walks as the sun rises over the road to the future he's got to go find. Oh, yeah. After all, this is the life. An apartment somewhere in a city. She's covered with bruises again. This happened before, but he cried and he swore that he'd change. But promises will be forgotten, it seems, when the bottle gets close to the end. And the bruises may heal, but she never will feel the same. By the time he wakes up and discovers she's gone, he'll be 500 miles behind. Oh, yeah. After all, this is the life. Empires fade into memories, and memories will fade over time. And the precious few years we're given for living can pass in the blink of an eye. How quickly the moments go by. Remember that this is the life. It turns out that this is the life. Right here in front of our eyes. This is the Wow. The new ones. You're still so close to them that you can fall inside. I'm a mushroom sitting in a dark place waiting for the light. Usually I save a song like that for something like that, but oh. As long as I'm doing songs you can't possibly buy because they haven't been recorded yet. Marketing genius, I tell you. This one wrote, you know Jill Trenholm? Has anybody heard Jill Trenholm? She's a Portland-based singer-songwriter. She's wonderful. We wrote a song together while I was in Portland 2 weeks ago. Let's see if I remember it. Step into the kitchen, have I got a recipe for you? Just a little something for a little something new. A cup and a half of wonderful, a dash of thrill. If this don't make you hungry, baby, nothing will. It's a spice of life. A little imagination goes a long, long way. It's the spice of life. There's gotta be a little spice in life. Open up the pantry, let's see what do we got. The cupboards are full of everything, but we won't need a lot. Don't you take too long to figure out what to add. This'll be the best stuff you ever had. It's the spice of life. A little imagination goes a long, long way. It's the spice of life. There's gotta be a little spice in life. You add pure joy, I'll add sweet bliss. Nothing you ever tasted quite like this. A touch of inspiration and a hint of love is all we need to bake the cake I'm thinking of. Stir it up till it feels like a perfect blend, and butter up a pan and pour it all in. Put it in the oven, bake it all afternoon. Forget about the kitchen, let's just lick the spoon. It's a spice of life. A little imagination goes a long, long way. It's the spice of life. There's gotta be a little spice in life. It's a spice of life. There's a spice in life. There's gotta be a little spice in life. Come on into the kitchen with me. I would never in a million years thought I'd have remembered all of those words. Gosh. Okay, so much for those brain cells. They were stretching like trapeze artists, not quite making the... So, it's been a very, very productive year, although I've been on the road since February pretty much. I did the Gulf Coast tour, turned around in Key West, and worked my way back, then back to Texas, and then back. And then started this tour, I don't know, was it yesterday or 2 months ago? I lose track. Craig, could we add some bottom end to this guitar from the board? I'm adding as much as I think I ought to, and I'm not getting anywhere. The low end. I'm not hearing it. Just keep futzing around with it, and when it sounds bitchin', that's the knob I want. Oh, yes. Well, there I went, and I thought of a song. Wow. Oh, this is a perfect grinder song. This one was inspired by a young friend of mine. She's in her 20s. Sometimes the world is just overwhelming, you know, for her. And I know from where I stand, you know, I'm 55. And I remember being 20 and being overwhelmed. And I also remember being 25 and realizing that what was bothering me at 20 didn't matter anymore. It just went away, you know. But you can't tell. You couldn't tell me. You can't tell somebody that. All I could think of to do was write a song. She didn't recognize herself in the song when she heard it, but she did come up to me afterwards and say, I really like that new song. And I thought to myself, I'm really glad you did. Once again your eyes are open wide, and it's ours till dawn, flinching at the pictures in your mind, and the night drags on and on until the morning sun chases the darkness away. And night turns into day. Everywhere you go, you bring your smile, and it serves you well. Even though the look there in your eyes has its own sad tale to tell. But don't you forget that with time, the darkest of shadows will fade, and night will turn to day. There will be nights that feel like they might never end, but the lives that we live, we buy with the time that we spend. Remember, no matter how dark it becomes, one thing will not change. Night will turn to Thank you. So she got it at some level, and I must admit I was gratified, because that's what songs are for. They're to communicate things you can't say in language alone. I love my job. Craig, could we pull the guitar down in volume just a touch and maybe raise the vocal a touch? Hi, guys. All of these seats are reserved for you. I can't believe you made it. Thank you for coming down, Linda. Ladies and gentlemen, Lainey Ballou has entered the building. Ta-da! Yeah, it's well worth applause, by the way. She's a wonderful playwright. She's a producer, director. She's the godmother of Seattle.
Hey, I do you a favor, you do me a favor.
Oh, gosh. Not after watching Jeff Zuber. He could play 17 roles simultaneously, couldn't he? Just keep him full of Red Bull. So isn't this the most lunatic concert you've ever attended? A guy has no idea what he's going to play next. How cool is that? I love it, personally. It's just my own cup of tea. Let's find out what's in here. Probably sounds crazy, but this thought occurred to me. Tell me if you think I'm out of line. We could just keep driving and forget to turn around. I can't think of anything we could not leave behind. And we could leave this place today, or we could turn back now and stay, and spend a lifetime wondering what might have been. I can't recall how many times I've heard one of us say how we'd like to leave this one-horse town. And I don't know what makes this time so different, but it is. And there's a world out there that's waiting to be found. So let's not even take the time as souvenirs and company, and go see if this highway ever ends. And we can leave this place today, or we can turn back now and stay and spend a lifetime wondering what might have been. For each and every choice we ever make, another road we did not choose to take. So if indeed our lives are made of these, we should be traveling down the road that runs between here and our dreams. And we could leave this place today, or we could turn back now and stay and spend a lifetime wondering what might have been. What might have been. Don't wanna wonder. It probably sounds crazy, but this thought occurred to me. Tell me if you think I'm out of line. Thank you so much. That was inspired by River Road in Salinas back when I was a kid. I just never lost that image of a road that just went somewhere. I had no idea where it went. I've been down that road many, many times, but in my mind, it still goes to somewhere. It always leads somewhere. Just mess around with the guitar and it's in there. Every day the sun comes up and then again. With a smile he climbs into the sky so high he sees everything below. Laughs because he knows everywhere he goes the sun will be shining. And every now and then from far away he'll see just a glimpse of someone he adores, though she is miles and miles away. Appears at end of day. How he'd love to stay, but night comes falling. But one of these nights the sky will shine and the sun and the moon go dancing. And the world below will pirouette and the stars will burst out laughing in surprise. Every night the moon puts on her best new dress, then checking her reflection twice to see has she got everything just right. Then though she's rather shy, she steps into the night where once again there's no one there and no one hears her sigh. Then a voice from somewhere calls to her, It says, "Madam, if you please, I believe this dance is mine." And tonight the sky will shine as the sun and the moon go dancing, and the world below will pirouette, and the stars will burst out laughing. Yes, tonight the sky will shine as the sun and the moon go dancing, and the world below will pirouette, and the stars will burst out laughing. Surprise. Every day the sun comes up again, and then so true to form, I'll tell the story after. It was inspired by a 1920s postcard advertising Santa Catalina Islands down in Southern California. There's a picture of you, maybe, riding a flying fish high above the ocean, and down below are these whales cavorting through these beautiful azure seas, and there was Avalon down on it. It was just this striking, exactly the way the world ought to be picture. So, I don't know. Okay, I get it. Shut up and play your guitar. Okay. Yeah. I did not write that, but I wish I had. You see Rocky flying through the air. Oh, yeah. A little sugar in the morning, help me make it through the day. Some sugar in the morning, get me right through the day. Oh yeah. One sweet taste of sugar chase my blues away. Now some folks like the whiskey, others like that demon rum. Some folks like the whiskey, others got to have that demon rum. But me, I love my sugar, got to have me some. Yes, I do. Now all I know is I can't go without for any length of time. All I can say is all night and day, sugar's always on my mind. Well, I love a good sugar buzz and what it does to me. I like a good sugar buzz, I love what it does to me. Oh yeah. Sugar, call my name like a blossom calling a bee. Here we go. A little sugar in the morning, help me make it through the day. Some sugar in the morning, get me right through the day. Oh yeah. One taste of sugar, a little sugar on the tip of my tongue. the sweet taste of sugar chase my blues away. Thank you. So Melinda walks up to me. Sugar? That's 2. She's on to me. She's on to my tricks, I tell you. I'll be playing Laney's real soon. Well, I hope this is not the last time we get together. I'll be playing Laney's real soon. As a matter of fact, I'll be over there tomorrow afternoon. Probably all night long. Oh, you know that we'll make music. Could well go on all night long. Because when Lady throws a party, she don't know how to do it wrong. Write that one either. I was gonna. Me too. It's part of my DNA. I don't know what made me think of this one, but there it is. This song was inspired by what I see out of the windshield of my Honda Accord on every highway I travel, almost every highway I travel. This is where a mountain used to be, a mountain used to be here. This is where a mountain used to be. We took it down 'cause it got in the way, and you can't have that. This is where a mountain used to be. It got in the way of the world, and you can't have that. It got in the way, and everybody knows that you can't have that. No, you can never have that. This is where a mountain used to be. This is where a mountain used to be. This is why we keep these photographs. They tell the checkered stories of our made itself a nuisance, so you see. Let it go 'cause it got in the way. You can't have that. This is where our conscience used to be. Used to be. It used to be. It used to be. It's where it used to be. All you can do is write a song about it, you know? I watched right up the road from me. Oh, wait a minute. Did everybody shut their cell phones off? I hope it's Melinda. I don't believe it. Melinda, say hi to everybody. Everybody misses you. Yeah, actually I am. All these folks shut their cell phones off, except me. Okay, I will. Say goodbye, everybody. We love you. Bye-bye. Okay, bye. We rehearsed it. Oh, man. That's so funny. Okay. Whoops. Actually, I'm glad she was here. So you guys got a couple songs left in you? Oddly enough, me too. Once the words were spoken, they just lay there on the floor. No more believing, no matter how she tried. Promises once broken, they're never quite the same. So she watched the dreams they shattered slowly die. What more to say? You somehow find a way to carry on. He turned 21 in Babylon, hoping that he would find the way back to the place where he belonged. And people came from miles around homecoming day, but they saw only what was left, 'cause he was long gone. What more to say? You somehow find a way to carry on. Every time the bitter line is a little bit further on, and somehow we find a way to carry on. Like your smile to warm my way and keep my memory close to you. 'Cause every time the sun shines down on me, I'll stop and think a while of you. I'll stop and think a while of you. So lay down your sleepy head and dream about the summer moon, and dry up your tears and smile instead, 'cause the happy times remind me of you. Yes, the happy times remind me of you. And I will always remember you. And when I see you in my dreams, I'll see you just the way you look tonight. When my travels are over, when this time is through, listen for the whispers on the breeze, 'cause the breeze will bring me back to you. The breeze will bring me back to you. The breeze will bring me back to you. Man. I wrote that actually about another girl, but that was 30 years ago. Couldn't possibly be 30 years, could it? Yeah, I suppose it was. Yeah. But boy, they were magnificent years, I'll tell you that. Now we're Facebook friends. We're better friends now than we were when we split up, that's for sure. But then we'd kind of have to be. I see your reflection looking back at me, and every scrap of broken glass I see along this endless road. Cold and sharp and quick to cut, that winter wind is blowing, but it can't cut me like you did to my soul. And I don't know how I wound up walking out here all alone. Well, they say that someday what you do, both good and bad, comes back to you. And I only think it's true. But I wonder what you'll do when that bitter wind comes howling at your door. Well, I'm no kind of hero, but I don't think I'm a bad man. I just do the best I can to do what's right. And you can call me clueless, 'cause I don't know what led to this. I just know that I'll do better than get by. And yes, I guess I should have known, I should have read all the signs. Well, they say that someday what you do, both good and bad, comes back to you. And I hope that's true. But I wonder what you'll do when that bitter wind comes howling at your they say that someday what you do, both good and bad, comes back to you. And I do believe, I hope that's true. Thank you for listening to me. There's nothing that is more gratifying to a performing songwriter than for folks to listen to the songs that they wrote. Most of you have never heard any of these songs before, and you've sat here and not only listened, but you've interacted, and we've gotten smiles, and we've gotten a little uncomfortable, and, you know, when it got a little too close to the bone and stuff. That's what it's about, really. I can't say this stuff with language. Thank you. Got 2 songs left in you? Okay, okay. I know, I don't know. That's what we're going to do. After all, they did arrange it for us. You know, it was good of them. I got 2 1/8 songs for you. 2 1/8. www.jameshurleymusic.com. That was 1/8 of a song. So there's 2 more. Okay, so you guys, everybody here probably knows who Robert Johnson was, because this is SoulFood Books. So Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil one July evening in the Mississippi Delta. You remember that, right? And when he left, man, he could play that guitar. I mention him and his boss because they make a brief appearance in this next song, which is my love song to the entertainment industry. Maybe we could take a nice vacation. A week or 2 would certainly be grand. A trip to Transylvania might be just the thing. It's lovely in the fall, I understand. And though I know you harbor reservations, in light of all the stories through the years, well, let me be the first to reassure you and put away your worries and your fears. Because the vampires live in Southern California, not the drafty castles of the olden days. The vampires live in Southern California, along the sunny beaches where the palm trees sway. Now Paris used to be the destination for lovers with romance on their minds. And if one had a taste for the finer things, then Venice or Rome could not be far behind. But Saint-Tropez has now become a ghost town, and Monte Carlo's simply become passé. The jet set flies into Transylvania, where all of the beautiful people go to play. Because the vampires live in Southern California, not the drafty castles of the olden days. The vampires live in Southern California, along the sunny beaches where the palm trees sway. Legends say there was a time, if the light of day should shine upon a vampire, he would burn away. But once the big boss got his hold on Robert Johnson's immortal soul, they moved the corporate office to Los Angeles. So now the vampires live in Southern California, not the drafty castles of the olden days. The vampires live in Southern California, along the sunny beaches beaches. Look at the sunny beaches where the palm trees sway. Look at the palm trees sway. There's nothing but sunny beaches out where the palm trees sway. Every word is true. Oh boy, is there a story around that one. There are many stories around that one. But I'm going to eschew the storytelling and let this last song tell its own story. And I'm going to repeat myself. Thank you for listening. It's been said so many times, you can't go home again. The very thing you're looking for has changed. Even though I know it's true, still I hope I find something I remember still remains. I'm going home, going home. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going home. As a young man, I was sure there would come a time I'd find what I was looking for somewhere. I can see so clearly now, gazing through the years, all I ever wanted was right there. I'm going going home. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm going home. Be the last thing I ever do. Valdalessio, Lainey Ballou, and you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Soul Food. I'll see you in a year.
James, thank you so much for appearing on our stage once again. Everyone, once again, James Hurley. Everybody. And the lovely Val as well. Again. Thank you all for supporting music in this community. It means as much as you know it does. So thank you very much. And have a beautiful night. Fireworks, I think, are going on right now. So enjoy the evening. Thank you again.
And collect his thoughts. Midnight, flying away on the road. You packed and unpacked so many times you've lost track. And the steam heat is dripping off the walls. But when you hear his engines, you're looking through the window in the kitchen, and you know you're always gonna be there when he calls. 'Cause he's a truck driving man. Stop him when he can. He's a truck driving man. Stop him when he can. Living my family, living all my friends. My body's at home, but my heart's in the wind, where the clouds are like headlines on a new front page sky. My tears are salt water, and the moon's full and high. Be proud of me now. Many before me have been called by the sea to be up in the crow's nest, singing my say. Shiver me timbers as I'm a-sailing away. And the fog's lifting, the sand's shifting, I'm drifting on now. Oh, Captain Ahab, he ain't got nothing on me now. So swallow me, don't follow me, traveling alone. Blue water's my daughter, and I'm gonna skip like a stone. the moon in the sky, and nobody knows me. I can't fathom my staying. And shiver me timbers, 'cause I'm a sailing away. And the fog's lifting, sand shifting, I'm drifting on now. Oh, Captain Ahab, he ain't got nothing on me. So come on and swallow me, follow me, traveling alone. Blue waters, my daughter, I'm gonna skip like a stone as I'm leaving my family, leaving all my friends. Body's at home, but my heart's in the wind, where the clouds are like headlines upon a new front page sky. And shiver me timbers, 'cause I'm a sailing away.
Well, these diamonds on my windshield and these tears from heaven. Well, I'm pulling into town on the interstate. I got a steel train in the rain, and the wind bites my cheek through the wing, and it's these late nights and this freeway flying that always makes me sing. There's a duster trying to change my tune. He's pulling up fast on the right, rolling restlessly by a 24-hour moon. And a Wisconsin hiker with a cue ball head, he's wishing he's home in a Wisconsin bed, but there's 15 feet of snow in the east, colder than a well-digger's ass, and it's colder than a well-digger's ass. Oceanside, it ends the ride with San Clemente coming up. The Sunday desperados slip by and cruise with a dryback. And the orange driving, the neon billing, and the theaters filling to the brim with slave girls in a hot spur and bucket full of sin. The metropolitan area with interchanging connections, fly-by nights from Riverside, out-of-state plates running a little late. But the sailors jockey for the fast lane, so 101 don't miss it. There's rolling hills, concrete fields, and the broken lines on your mind. The 8s go east and the 5s go north, and the merging nexus back and forth. You see your sign, cross the line, signaling with a blink, and the radio's gone off the air, and it gives you time to think. And you hear the rumble as you fumble for a cigarette, and blazing through this midnight jungle, you remember someone that you met in one more block. The engine talks, whispers home at last. It whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. Whispers home at last. And the diamonds on my windshield and these tears from heaven. Well, I'm pulling into town on the interstate. I got me a steel train in the rain, and the wind bites my cheek to the wing. Late nights and freeway flying always makes me sing. It always makes me sing. Hey, look here, Jack.
Well, you gassed her behind the wheel with your arm around your sweet one, your Oldsmobile, barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. You got paid on Friday, and your pockets are jingling, and you see the lights. You get all tingling 'cause you're cruising with a six. And you're looking for the heart of Saturday night. And you comb your hair, shave your face, trying to wipe out every trace of all the other days. In a week, you know that this will be the Saturday you're reaching your peak, stopping on a red, you're going on the green, 'cause tonight'll be like nothing you've ever seen, and you're barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. Tell me, is it the crack of the pool balls, neon buzzing, telephones ringing, it's your second cousin? Is it the barmaid that's smiling in the corner of her eye, magic of the melancholy tearing your eye, makes it kind of quiver down in the core, 'cause you're dreaming of them Saturdays that came before, and now you're stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. You gassed her up and you're behind the wheel with your arm around your sweet one, your Oldsmobile, barreling down the boulevard. You're looking for the heart of Saturday night. Is it the crack of the pool balls, neon buzzing, telephones ringing, it's your second cousin, and the barmaid is smiling from the corner of her eye, magic of the melancholy tearing your eye, makes it kind of special down in the core, and you're dreaming of them Saturdays that came before. It's found you stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. And you're stumbling onto the heart of Saturday night. Friday left me fumbling with the blues, and it's hard to win when you always lose, because the night spots spend your spirit, beat your head against the wall. Two dead ends and you still got to choose. You know the bartenders, they all know my name, and they catch me when I'm pulling up lane. And I'm a pool shooting, shimmy shyster, shaking my head when I should be living clean instead. You know the ladies I've been seeing off and on, well, they spend your love and then they're gone. You can't be loving your back. You know your perfume, well, it won't let me be. And you know the bartenders all know my name. And they catch me when I'm pulling up lame. I'm a pool shooting, shimmy shyster, shaking my head when I should be living clean instead. But come on, baby, let your love light shine. You gotta bury me inside of your fire, because your eyes enough to blind me. You're like a looking at the sun. You gotta whisper, tell me I'm the one. Come on and whisper, tell me I'm the one. You gotta whisper, tell me I'm the one. Come on and whisper, tell me I'm the one. The evening fell just like a star, left a trail behind. You spit as you slammed out the door. If this is love, we're crazy, we fight like cats and dogs. But I just know there's got to be more. Please call me, baby, wherever you are. It's too cold to be out walking in the streets. We do crazy things when we're wounded. Everyone's a bit insane. I don't want you catching your death of cold out walking in the rain. I admit that I ain't no angel. I admit that I ain't no saint. I'm selfish and I'm cruel, but you're blind. If I exercise my devils, well, my angels may leave too. When they leave, they're so hard to find. Please call me, baby, wherever you are. It's too cold to be out walking in the streets. Crazy things when we're wounded. Everyone's a bit insane. I don't want you catching your death of cold out walking in the rain. And we're always at each other's throats. You know it drives me up a wall. But most of the time I'm just blowing off steam. And I wish to God you'd leave me, baby. I wish to God you'd stay. Life's so different than it is in your dreams. So please call me, baby, wherever you are. It's too cold to be out walking in the streets. We do crazy things when we're wounded. Everyone's a out walking in the rain. Debo, Debo, what am I doing here? Debo, Debo, what am I doing here? I ain't coming, I ain't going. My confusion is showing. Outside the midnight wind is blowing 6th Avenue. I'm gonna paint myself blue as a debo. I watch the taxis pull up and idle. I can't claim title to a single memory. Offered me a key, 'cause opportunity don't knock. Has no tongue and she cannot talk. You're gonna shuffle when you walk as a debo. This peeping town needs a people and an up-tempo song. Move me along away from this depot, baby. I'm on a road just like a pool ball, baby. I'm gonna be there at the roll call, maybe at the depot. Outside the midnight wind is blowing 6th Avenue. tight, slack-clad girls on the graveyard shift. Beat the seamen stroll, catch the midnight drift. Got you and Charlie in that newspaper nest, grifting hot horse tips on who's running the best. And I'm blinded by the neon. Don't try and change my tune. I thought I heard a saxophone. I'm drunk on the moon. The moon's a silver slipper. It's pouring champagne stars. Broadway's like a serpent pulling shiny top-down cars. Larimer is teeming with that undulated beat as some Bonneville is screaming its way while the